change the flight for next week instead for the review, so hopefully everything works out and all that. What did I read today? Seems like there was a lot of animal stuff. How about this one first? Naughty pugs paint themselves green after raiding food coloring from kitchen. It says here, these two pugs raided the kitchen cupboard and ended up looking like the Incredible Hulk. The curious pet pooches managed to open a bag of green food coloring which covered their fur. That's kind of cute, isn't it? Although this one wasn't as fortunate, I guess, for the person. This one says, cat wrecks video game stream by barfing so hard it breaks a computer. So apparently there was a person live streaming himself playing a video game, which is pretty common, but in this case, you can kind of see like in the background as he was live recording, I guess the cat was making all these sounds and so forth, saying like, what's wrong? And then the cat ends up puking on his desktop. And I guess unfortunately because of that, the desktop was ruined. You can kind of see he was first saying, what's the matter, buddy? And all of a sudden he's like, oh dude, and then the stream dies. That's a little unfortunate, huh? I know there have been people that suggested that I should get a pet, but I'm like, no way, just in terms of like the time, money, and resources and all that, just to take care of one, it's almost like taking care of like a family member or something, right? Like full time. I'll stick with the wild animals, how's that? I'll just be friends with them. It was interesting reading this too, I guess, for people who fly drones in Canada. This one says, buy or hire advanced drone technology is now within reach of companies both large and small. The decision to buy or hire drones usually comes down to the usage a company anticipates for the technology. The use of drones offers significantly reduced on-ground survey time, remote area access, and real-time project monitoring among other benefits, says experts. So essentially, if you're a company, is it more worthwhile, I guess, to train someone from ground up and have your own arsenal of drones and stuff? Or is it better just to hire a third-party company, as an example, to do the work for you? It says, at first glance, the option to buy might be attractive for those wishing to maintain internal control. After all, the cost of a basic drone appears relatively low. However, a simple lightweight recreational drone hardly scratches the surface of potential UAV use. Once one researches the variety in sizes, flight control options, collision avoidance programming, and payload capacities for carrying advanced cameras and sensors, it becomes clear that a quick over-the-counter purchase is unlikely to meet professional expectations. Essentially, you're looking into thousands of dollars to get, I guess, the more high-end drones, which would make sense. I mean, it's just like a camera. You can buy like a consumer-grade one or the professional ones. Like even the lens could cost like $10,000. And then, of course, there's the regulations. It says another consideration are the UAV regulations governed by Transport Canada. While being rewritten that recognizes drone as useful tools for construction industry, the regulations are at the same time becoming more restrictive in terms of registration and piloting for reasons of airspace safety. Companies must decide if they have the resources to dedicate one or more employees to the required compliance process. I guess that's true in many ways. It actually reminds me of this one project I know of. They were saying, we want to use like drone footages and stuff like that. We're gonna invest in a drone. But then afterwards, you'll say something like, okay, who are you gonna actually make go through this whole process, invest in their, I guess you could say, education and all that. And then afterwards, it becomes like a different story. For the most part, I would hope that things will kind of ease up where for very basic stuff, like they said in the US, for low altitude, it should be really straightforward, in my opinion, for people to use drones in that way just to capture footage. You're not flying like manned aircraft and passengers and all that. But it makes you wonder for like this, whether or not there would be commercial people that would want it to be extremely restrictive, extremely difficult, because they want to be the ones that get hired to do stuff like this as well, which is unfortunate in my opinion, because it usually affects things like the recreational flyers. Alright, see you guys later.